Hi there, welcome to the channel or welcome back. My name is Angela. I'm a home gardener growing here in my Zone 6 garden in southwestern Ohio in the US. Today I'm going to share with you guys all the tomato varieties I'm growing this year and why these particular ones made the cut out of the 46 or something tomato variety seeds that I have. Seeds that have been given to me, seeds that I've saved over the years, seeds that I've bought. It's a lot of varieties. I'm downsizing my garden just for this year. I've talked about that at length here on the channel, so I won't get into that too much. You can check out one of my recent videos when I talked about that. I'll try to link that up here or below. So because of that, I am having to be very choosy about how many and which varieties of all my favorite things like peppers, tomatoes, and such that I'm growing. With that, let's get into it. So I did decide on 14 varieties, which I'm going to go over each one with you. And I kind of stuck with that almost like with the peppers. If you missed my pepper varieties that I'm growing this year, I'll put that video above or below. A couple of extras snuck into the mix. I couldn't resist, and I'll tell you what those are at the end. The first one that I'm doing is called Blush. I don't have a picture of this one. This is from Johnny's. The reason I'm growing this is because I have tried to grow this in years past and I didn't have success, and I know that it's not the seed's fault. When was this packed for? Let's see. I'm sure that the date's on here. I'm just not seeing it. But I think it was just because I didn't give it, and it was neglect or weather conditions or something like that. I want to give this another try. So that's why this one made the cut. The next is Bonny Best. This is from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. I'll list all these seed varieties below in case you're interested. This one made the cut because it's my very favorite tomato to eat. It's so good. These are small to medium-sized tomatoes, and they're so sweet and juicy. I just love them, and I'll never have a garden without them for as long as I continue to grow vegetables. Bonny Best. I have seeds saved from these, but this seed packet is older. It's from 2019, so I'm going to go ahead and try to sow the few that were left in here, and I might still have, it looks like there's maybe 4 or 5 seeds left. I'll try to grow these again from this packet next year and see if we can, how long the seeds remain viable is what I'm trying to get to here. So these seed packet is 6 years old now. Yeah, 6 years old now. If these don't germinate, then I will use my saved Bonny Best seeds because I gotta have these in my garden. Next is Chef's Choice Orange Tomato from Hoss Tools. And there is a picture of this one. I know the lighting's not great in here, so I hope that this is showing up pretty well. I did grow these last year, and they did start to do something towards the end of the growing season. And last year was a terrible, terrible year for gardeners in Ohio. We had the worst drought we've had on record in many years, if not decades. It was just horrible. So a lot of my plants didn't do so well, got off to a really bad start, and then maybe they started to pick up towards the end, but not enough to really give me a good harvest. So I want to give these another try this year. Next we have Cherokee Purple. This is from Hudson Valley Seed Company, and you can get most of these seeds, if not all of them, from multiple different seed sellers. But I'm growing this again. This will be my second or third or fourth try on these. I hear so many good things, and for many gardeners, the Cherokee Purple is their favorite tomato. I am lost as to what the allure is there. Like, what's the fascination? What am I missing with these tomatoes? So I'm going to grow this again in my very downsized garden where I can give each plant so much care and TLC and all the conditions that they need. And I'm going to really get a good sampling of Cherokee Purple this year. That's my plan. And I'm going to see what the fascination. I'm going to give it another try to see what everyone loves about this. I think I must be really missing something on these. Same with my next tomato. It's Dr. Wyche's Yellow from Baker Creek. Yeah, I hear a lot of good things about that. And the times when I've grown it in the past, namely the past couple of years when the weather was not great, I didn't get a great harvest and I didn't really get a good sampling. So I want to, same like with the Cherokee Purple, really give these plants TLC, get a good harvest and give it a fair shake. Next, we have Firefly tomato seeds. This is from Park Seed Company, again called Firefly. And these are cherry tomatoes. I've grown these in the past. They're pretty decent. They're not my favorite cherry tomato by far. I'll get to those here in just a minute. But my goal for this year is to have a good mix of full-size tomatoes and cherry tomatoes. And of the cherry tomatoes, I want a good mix of those just for salads and things like that. So while not my favorite, it's not bad. It's Firefly. Next we have Classic Beefsteak by Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, because you got to have a good beefsteak tomato in your garden, right? So doing this seed packet was from 2020, so it's another one that's getting kind of old. I want to just sow it and be able to save some seeds from this. The next one is also from Baker Creek. It's called Granny Cantrell. Cantrell. These are decent. They're a beefsteak type. And the reason, like, they're not standout stellar. The reason that I grow these every year is because when I first started really getting into vegetable gardening, these were in my first vegetable garden. Not my first, but one of my earliest ones. And they have a lot of nostalgia for me, so I think I will always probably grow these. They're not standout, but they're not bad. Just a decent all-around tomato. Next we have Honey Drop Cherry Tomato from Hudson Valley. And it's in one of their beautiful art packs. I've grown these for a few years now. They're delicious. They're large for a cherry tomato. They are yellow. They have a really distinct flavor to them, and I find it really hard to describe the flavor that they have. It's a little bit different from other tomatoes and other cherry tomatoes, but growing these again because they do really well, very prolific for me at least. It's been my experience, and that's called, again, Honey Drop Cherry. Next we have Nepal. This is by Johnny Seeds. In recent years, i.e. the last maybe 2 years, these have become high on my list, and they might be my second favorite tomato right behind Bonny Best. They have such a good sweet flavor. They're a red tomato, medium sized, so delicious. This packet, I'm having a hard time finding the year on these Johnny Seeds. I'm sure it's on here and I'm just missing it. It's not a big deal. I've saved seeds, so I have some newer seeds of this, but I want to use my older seeds up first. And next we have San Marzano Paste Tomato. And this is from Baker Creek. Nope, sorry. This is from High Mowing. And these are decent paste tomatoes. You probably are familiar with them. Between Amish Paste and San Marzano, I feel like those are the two big names in paste tomatoes. This is an old seed packet. I knew the date on it, and now I'm not seeing it. 2020. So I just want to use up what I have in here, which is 2 seeds left. I've already sown these for this year. I did that earlier today, so I've got 2 seeds left. We'll see how they do, being older. Next, we have Summer Sunrise Tomato from Hudson Valley. These are a full-size tomato. They're a gorgeous yellow color, and I grew these last year, and I loved them. So my battery died. I had to recharge for a little bit, and I hope I have enough juice to finish this up. I was talking about Summer Sunrise. These are fantastic. They are so sweet, and they're gorgeous yellow. I am definitely going to always keep these in my rotation every year for sure. They've earned that spot. Next we have Sun Gold tomatoes, which are, okay, these are from Pine Tree. These have been my favorite cherry tomatoes for a number of years now, and I still love them so much. Last year I grew Sunrise Bumblebee tomato from High Mowing, and these are cherry-sized tomatoes or grape-sized. These might be giving my Sun Golds a run for their money. Either way, I'm growing them both again this year for sure. So that was the 14 that I had on my list. And as I was digging through my seed stash, pulling these out to share with you guys, two more caught my eye that kind of snuck into my my little bag of seeds that I'm growing this year. I couldn't resist. The first one is Gold Medal from Baker Creek. I love the striations on this tomato. I grew it last year. It might have been the first time. Yeah, it would have had to have been because the seeds were packed for 24. It's a beautiful tomato. And as far as flavoring, I'm not recalling whether it was delicious, whether it was just average. I will let you know hopefully at the end of this growing season, but just the sheer beauty of it. And it does look like this, or at least it did for me last year when I grew them. And the other one that kind of snuck into my cart, so to speak, was Black Strawberry, also from Baker Creek. And these are cherry size. They're also ones that have beautiful coloration. I'll hold that up a little closer so you can see that. And I haven't had a lot of good success with these. And again, I don't think it's the seed's fault or anything like that. And it's because many times I feel like I bite off more than I can chew as far as I overplant knowing that I have a job and other commitments, and I end up not having enough bandwidth to take care of everything as much as it should be, or we just have really, really, really poor weather, or sometimes both of those situations are present. So I'm giving these another try. I've been seeing some good things about these from other growers online. So those are the tomato varieties that I'm growing this year. Let me know what your favorite tomato is to grow and to eat. Drop that in the comments below. I'd appreciate hearing about that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. And I do plan to share with you guys my grow light setup. I'm kind of waiting till I get everything set up. I've got some onion seedlings in the basement with their under lights. And once my peppers and tomatoes germinate, I'll be getting those under lights, but that'll be up here on the first floor of our house where I can look over them a little more closely and where it's not as cold. Our basement's unfinished, and for the onions, that's fine, but I like for my tomatoes and pepper seedlings to be in a little bit more, a warmer, more climate controlled area. So once those seedlings sprout, I'll get those under lights and share with you my grow light situation. If that sounds interesting, stick around till then. And in the meantime, take care.